How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Koen's Corner. Today we are doing something a little bit different. Well, not actually that different. I've done this before, but today we're in Minecraft because I wanted to play a little bit of Minecraft while I tell a little bit of a story that has happened not that long ago, pretty dang recently actually, because I think this would make for a pretty interesting story. And while I'm telling you a story, I'm going to work a little bit on this house that I made quite some time ago on my Minecraft server. Yes, I have a Minecraft server. You can join it. It's in the description down below if you want to join. It's on the latest version of Minecraft, 1.21.5, but that's a different story altogether. Today we are going to talk a little bit about my recent experiences with my new PC, because if you don't know already, I recently bought a new PC, and I bought a new PC because my old PC was starting to struggle a little bit with my editing work and with pretty much everything that I wanted to do on it. And the main issue wasn't necessarily that the computer was struggling with anything, it was just that the computer was just slowly starting to die on me, is the thing. So Windows was just slowly not really cooperating on the thing anymore. My editing software, which I typically use to make these videos at all, was no longer functioning properly anymore. And there was just so much garbage going on with that thing that I just decided, you know what, I need a new computer. Because at this point, my editing work is becoming next to impossible to do properly at all on this machine, so I need a new PC. So it's not an easy decision to make given how expensive computers can get. This current machine that I'm currently on cost me like well over 1,700 euros, which is quite a lot of money. I don't exactly know how much that is exactly in dollars or pounds or whatever, but the point still stands. It's a lot of fucking money to spend on one single computer, which is a problem because I cannot spend that kind of money all the time. It's a amount of money that I am just not able to afford in most cases, you know? So I don't really want to spend that much money, especially when my PC I was using before was working perfectly fine for the most part for what I needed to do. But because my edits for YouTube have become a lot more complicated with just a lot more stuff going on, with a lot more movements and a lot of keyframes and all of that, my computer was just starting to struggle a little bit with that. So I needed a new PC in order to do my job properly, which is of course really important to me. Not just for PhoenixStarYT, but also for Phantom Strider and other YouTubers that I may want to edit for. So I made the very tough decision of finally buying a new computer, and at that point something really strange was happening. So when I got my new computer, which had some pretty killer specs by the way, I don't know if you can actually tell from this F3 menu that I have. Yeah, you can tell a little bit. A pretty dang beefy CPU, a damn epic graphics card, you know. It's a pretty solid machine for the price that I spent on it. But there was just one small issue that I encountered. Well, it's not really a small issue, it's a pretty massive issue actually. And that issue mostly comes down to the computer just breaking down on me literally after 3 or 4 days of me owning it and using it. So let me just put a very long story short. I was just using the computer for a few things. I was doing a lot of things that I would typically do on a computer, which is to just play some video games on it. I played a bit of Minecraft with it, with the exact shader pack that I'm using right now, which is SUS PTGI and whatnot, which is really fun and really nice looking. I was just playing the game for a bit, and I was having a lot of fun with it. I was testing some virtual machines, because that is just something that I do. These things are just kind of floating in the air, so I'm just getting rid of it, because I don't know. I was just having a lot of fun with it. But then all of a sudden, something happened that made me really, really, really upset. Because as it turns out, the power supply in this machine was faulty. And I learned about this when I was just messing around with some stuff, watching YouTube videos and whatnot, and all of a sudden, the computer just completely shut down on me for no rhyme or reason. And so I needed to troubleshoot that thing, right? Because this was a lot of money that I spent. I need to troubleshoot things a little bit, see if I can maybe see what the problem is. So, I ended up switching different power cables because maybe the cable was shitty. I tested different power strips because I have everything connected onto power strips. A very long story about that. I'm not going to go into that right now, but I use power strips for everything because I kind of have to. Nothing that I tried, be it power related, be it related to the actual machine itself, like maybe some component was loose or whatever. Nothing that I tried was really fixing any issues that I was experiencing. So I was kind of like, okay, clearly something is not right here. I need to call up for some help. So I called the store that I bought the machine from, which told me that maybe there was something wrong with the components being loose and everything. I told them everything that I had already done at that point. So I told them about all of my troubleshooting steps that I already took. None of which had helped at all, which was really frustrating. And eventually the guy just told me that, okay, we need to possibly diagnose the machine, just pack everything in properly again, and send it off to us for repair, and everything should be fine from there. Now, it's really frustrating to me that this kind of thing had to happen, that I had to essentially send back an entire computer because something is clearly not working right in it. But the thing is, I also realized that this kind of thing is really common in computers, right? It is not uncommon for computers to just suddenly break down on you for one reason or another after only a week of use, because some parts in the machine is just faulty like that. You know, it's frustrating for sure, but it's also not that crazy to happen. Now, of course, for the kind of money that you spend on a computer, I would expect the computer to just work and for no problems to arise at all after literally a week of me using it. But again, that's just kind of what happens with computer parts. These are computer parts. These are all very sensitive. They tend to have issues a lot of the time when you buy them brand new. I know that a lot of people have had problems with their computers in the past when they first came in. I know that Kadikarus had a lot of issues with his computer builds when he was getting his machine set up and running and everything. So, you know, this kind of thing is very, very common. Now, does that make the whole experience that I had with my machine breaking on me after spending 1,700 euros on it less frustrating? Absolutely not. I think it is I think everyone is in the right to be upset when their computer breaks down after literally less than a week. And let me tell you, I was definitely really upset with it myself. I was I was laughing about the whole thing. I was kind of cracking jokes at it. Like, imagine if a computer would just break down after literally less than a week, and I'm like, the irony of me making that joke was just absolutely hilarious, but also really upsetting, of course. So it's really not that unreasonable of someone to be upset with their computer breaking down on them as quickly as they can do sometimes. So, yeah, I definitely was really upset by that, and I still am kind of upset that the computer broke down as quickly as it did for the amount of money that I spent on it. But the thing is, this is just kind of a byproduct of having, of building a fully custom PC in general. Some stuff like this just breaks down over time, and sometimes you just get very unlucky and your computer ends up being very, very faulty when you first receive it. So, it's not something I'm that worried about, because at the end of the day, they managed to fix it up, and they had absolutely amazing customer support. That's one thing that I have to give them credit for, is that they actually have some pretty decent customer support, given the problems that I was facing. Because I was just calling them up on the phone. They told me a bunch of suggestions for solutions that I could potentially try out to see if I can fix anything. Like, they were telling me maybe you could change some settings in the BIOS. They were telling me maybe there was something wrong with the components. Maybe you just have to do a hard reset, or a power cycle, as it's often called, where you take out the power of your computer and you turn off the power supply, hold the power button for a little bit before turning everything on again, and everything. Like, these guys, these problems are incredibly common, and these people know how common they are, so they know what to do, they know how to diagnose everything. And when I told them that pretty much none of these solutions that they have told me have worked, they just straight up told me, make a ticket, make a support ticket on our website, and get the computer shipped off to us, and we will diagnose the issue and fix it for you for free. Because I have a 4-year warranty on this computer, of course, they are obligated to do everything in terms of repair for free for me, which is absolutely wonderful. If you're going to get a new computer, do yourself a favor, save yourself a lot of headache, and just get a warranty with your computer. It's going to save you so much headache and so much time to just get a warranty, because the store is going to help you for free at that point, and you will get absolutely amazing customer support with it. Especially if you're going to spend an awful lot of money on a computer. Even if you have to spend a little bit extra, even if the computer doesn't come with a warranty by default, just pay a little bit of extra money for a warranty. It's going to be very, very, very worth it in the long term, because holy hell will it save you a ton of fucking money just to get a warranty for a few years. Like, my computer came with a 4-year warranty by default, because the computers they sell are just really, really freaking expensive. So it's only reasonable for them to get a warranty with that. But anyway, I'm going on a bit of a tangent here about warranty. But yeah, so I sent them back. I sent the computer back to them, and they told me that apparently I had a faulty power supply in my PC, and I'm like, thank frickin' God that I didn't damage any components in the computer, because that would have been absolutely horrendous. If you don't know, power supplies, they can do some pretty good damage to the components in your computer if something goes wrong with the power supply. So I'm actually really happy that that didn't end up happening, and my computer was still working fine when it came back to me. Because, yeah, computer parts, they can break pretty easily, especially when a lot of power goes through them uncontrollably. So, you know, I'm actually really glad that the computer ended up still being completely functional, even when even after my power supply had essentially died, which is pretty much what happened. Like, the power supply, it was still partially working, but it also just wasn't quite working at the same time, because it just kept shutting the computer off by itself without any rhyme or reason. So, you know, I'm actually really happy that that the power supply didn't end up destroying any of the components inside, because that would have been a very costly repair if that was the case. But yeah, power supply got replaced pretty much immediately by these guys, which is just absolutely wonderful. Like I said, their customer support was brilliant, absolutely amazing, really fast, really good, diagnosing the issue within literally a single day and shipping it back to me literally the next day. Like, holy shit, dude, that's epic. But yeah, they fixed the issue, they shipped it back to me, and now the computer is fully operational once more, and I can just do everything that I would want to do on my computer, which is absolutely epic. So, there's a few things that I still need to look into, because there's a few things that aren't quite working right. One of those things being virtualization. If you don't know, I like to virtualize operating systems like Windows XP on my computer. And one of the reasons why I like to do that is because with Windows XP, I can play old games on my computer. Because a lot of old games just are not designed to run on Windows 11. So they are just not going to work at all on Windows 11, so I need Windows XP to run those games at all. Why am I grabbing 3 iron when all I need to make is a freaking shovel? Also, I need to put away a lot of stuff. I have so much junk on me right now, it's absolutely crazy. But yeah, this is just a little bit of what I've been doing right here. But anyway, yeah, virtualization is a little bit dicey. Windows XP isn't quite working properly. Now, what is nice is that at the very least, Windows Vista is working properly on a VM. Yeah, I know, it's kind of crazy to think about Windows Vista actually working properly for a change. Jokes aside though, Windows Vista is working perfectly fine, so I'm thinking of just using Windows Vista as my retro gaming system for a while. Because Windows XP isn't going to work, it's very laggy and the audio is really, really glitchy for me, so XP is unfortunately just not going to be an option for me anymore for the time being. So Windows Vista it is for the time being. I might try to get Windows XP fixed. I might, but Windows Vista also works fine. I think Windows XP will do the job just fine for most of the retro games that I would want to play on my computer. So, you know, doesn't really matter that much. So long as I can play my retro games, it's all gonna be perfectly fine. But yeah, there's just so much stuff that I still need to look into, like my editing software, Adobe Premiere Pro. I need to see if that is going to work on this machine. I'm very certain that that it will, given the specifications of this machine. It's a literal beast of a computer. So it should be no problem just running Premiere Pro on it, but you never know with Adobe software. It could work one day and then all of a sudden just completely break down on you the next. Like what happened to me on my last machine. Oh, good lord. You gotta love computers just suddenly breaking down on you for literally no reason. But that's a different story for a completely different day. My hatred for Adobe is a story that I might get into at a later date. But for the time being, this is pretty much what we have. But yeah, that is pretty much it for my PC for the time being. It's been fun. It's been fun getting a new computer and then having it completely break on me within literally a week and having to get it repaired. Like, I was stuck on a old and crusty Linux laptop that I've been using for a while. Not that I have anything against having to use Linux at all. It's the fact that I have to run it on an old and crusty laptop that I have to get replaced. Like, I'm still using a Lenovo laptop from 2011. It works fine, but it needs an upgrade. It needs an upgrade really badly. Because it also is starting to struggle with some of the things that I want to do on that laptop. I don't have another shovel on me. Alright, let's just do this last patch here. It's going to look a little bit weird just having a random block sticking out here, but, you know, screw it. It's what it is. But yeah, it's gonna be fun trying to get a new laptop for my Linux needs. Because, I don't know if you know this, but I like to use Linux on a secondary machine. I think there's something really exciting and fun about running Linux on a secondary machine. It's really good. It's something that I always recommend to people. Like, if you hate Windows and you want to try an alternative, I always recommend people to just install Linux on a secondary machine, like a laptop or whatever, that you just have laying around somewhere that you need to use for something, or that you want to use for something, or it's just collecting dust in general and you're looking for a secondary machine to do something with. Linux can do a lot to help bring some new life into that computer. And in general, it's also going to be a very excellent learning tool as to how a computer, how an operating system is put together, how it works, and what actually goes on inside of an operating system. It's really freaking cool, and I love it about that alone. I might do another video at some point in the future about why I love Linux and why I use Linux in the first place, and what got me into using Linux and whatnot. I think that would make for a really interesting Koen's Corner in the not too distant future. But yeah, that's something that that we'll look into at some point. For the time being, though, we're just gonna stick with just playing a little bit of Minecraft from time to time, because I don't know, I've been playing a lot more Minecraft again recently because of this Minecraft server that I currently have running. I will probably do a little server tour at some point in the future, because I don't know, maybe people would be interested in seeing that, especially now that I have these shaders enabled. I do have some resource packs as well that I use from time to time. I don't really use them that often anymore because, I don't know, it's a little bit tacky these days to have a shader pack. To have a resource pack enabled, I feel like most people just play with the default resource pack, which is fun, but I also like to use a resource pack from time to time. I don't know, it's just really fun to me to play Minecraft that way. But yeah, that's something for another time as well. I need to be very careful about breaking away some of these trees, because a lot of people use logs for pillars on their houses. And I don't want to ruin their houses by removing a single log. I guess I could also just disable the tree capitator that I have on here. It's only going to be disabled for me, so... But I could also just enable it for the time being. If need be, I can just disable it manually, and it should be no issue. But yeah, I know I'm kind of rambling at this point. I've been kind of rambling throughout this entire video, I feel like, but there's just been so much going on recently, and I just kind of wanted to talk about it for a little bit. I think that I thought that would be fun or whatever. I'm already running out of dirt. This is absolutely insane. The amount of dirt that I've been using throughout this entire video, and I haven't even gone to extending my house. Maybe I should do this during a live stream. Maybe I should do a whole live stream where I expand my house a little bit, because this is going to take forever on video. Oh well, that's gonna be a project for a future live stream, I guess. So yeah, this has been really fun. I've been really enjoying doing this. I thank every one of you for watching this Koen's Corner. We will be getting back to some of the bigger videos. I have some pretty big projects in the works right now, which are going to be really exciting to release. And yeah, until then, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm Koen from PhoenixStarYT, wishing you all a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.